Hello peeps, welcome back to Big Deck Playa. It's been a while since we've been doing just a normal deck spotlight because we've been doing so many solo adventures in Naxxramas. But that's all over now, that's all finished and complete. We can get back to what this series started off as, which was just finding cool decks on the internet and giving them a try and demoing them and seeing how they do. So, without further ado, let's get into it and see what we have in store today. Okay, so today's one, we are taking a look at what I have called the Rattle Shock Shaman deck. I found this on halfpone.com. It's called the new Shaman Death Rattle Tactics Replacements, or something along those lines. It's not something... Yes, it's not the best name in the world. It's not something that easily rolls off the tongue. But, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's, the only downside I've found with this deck so far is that it can be a little unreliable if your card draw isn't too great, which I think most of us by now will have suffered at the hands of the bad card draw. So let's just go through the deck, see what we've got, and talk about that a little bit. So let's start at the top and work our way down. We have 2 Earth Shocks for silence and a bit of damage. Obviously that combos quite well with your Wrath of Air Totem to give you extra spell damage. And we also have a Blood Mage Thalnos. Obviously there are some replacements you can have. If you don't have Blood Mage Thalnos yet, you could swap it out for something else that's 2 mana. We've got a Haunted Creeper here, so maybe you could swap it out for another Haunted Creeper, just so you've got another 2-drop. Or if you feel like, I guess you could swap it out for like maybe a Novice Engineer to get the extra card draw, because that's 2 cost and you get a card, same as you would with Blood Mage Thalnos. Or if you want the spell damage, then maybe a Kobold Geomancer. We've got 2 Lightning Bolts, again combos well with the Spell Damage Totem and the Blood Mage Thalnos. We have 2 Leper Gnomes, because Leper Gnomes are pretty good 1-cost creatures anyway, because you're guaranteed to get 2 damage out of them. But the main reason we have them in here is for the next one, which is the Undertaker, which is one of the new Naxxramas cards. And you'll probably see a lot of new Naxxramas cards in the decks these days, just because some of their mechanics and some of the abilities and stuff that they've got are really unique and very interesting. So with the Undertaker, every time you summon a minion with Death Rattle, the Undertaker gains +1 attack and +1 health. So comboing an Undertaker with a Leper Gnome obviously is going to bump the Undertaker up to a 2/3, and obviously the more minions you can get out with Death Rattle, the quicker this will get pumped up. So turn 2, if you've got an Undertaker and a Leper Gnome in your hand and you've got the coin, sorry, turn 1 and you've got the coin, if you're going second is what I meant, you can pump that up to a 2/3 and get the Leper Gnome out as well on the same turn, which is a pretty awesome start, and puts your pressure onto your opponent straight away, which is awesome. We have 2 Ancestral Spirits. Give a minion Death Rattle and resummon, so you resummon that minion. And also we have, to combo with it, we have Reincarnate, which is also another one of the Nax cards. Got this from doing the Shaman quest challenge. So you destroy a minion and then return it to life with full health. So if you can get an Ancestral Spirit on something, giving that a Death Rattle to come back to life, and then you use Reincarnate on it, you destroy it, and then it comes back to life with full health with Reincarnate. But then it also comes back to life with Ancestral Spirits. You end up with 2 of the same minion, which can be really, really effective. And I'll go into that a bit later when we get further down into the list of cards. We have 1 Flame Tongue Totem for an extra bit of damage. I find having a Flame Tongue in your hand, in case you need it for using it to get the most favourable trades with your creatures. So for example, you have a Haunted Creeper on the board, and your opponent drops a Harvest Golem which has 3 health, popping down a Flame Tongue totem next to your Haunted Creeper is going to give it an extra 2 health, which means you can take out the Harvest Golem, which you might not have been able to do any other way. So Flame Tongue totem is pretty cool, so that's why that's there. We got, as I say, we've got 1 Haunted Creeper, which gives you 2 1/1 spiders when it performs its Death Rattle. Again, this combos well with the Undertaker. 2 Loot Hoarders, again, Death Rattle, so it combos with the Undertaker, so earlier you can get them out, the better. And obviously, for a little bit of card draw. We've got 1 Hex. I guess you could put another one in if you don't have one of the other legendaries, because there's quite a few legendaries in this deck. Some of which you get from Naxxramas, so you probably already have if you've done Naxxramas. But if you haven't, then you might want to figure out other alternatives to these cards. 2 Lightning Storms for a bit of board clear. 2 Harvest Golems, just because the Harvest Golem in itself is a very good card. But it also has Death Rattle, which means it combos with the Undertaker, which is pretty awesome. And now, because we have so many Death Rattles in this deck, we've got the Bavin Rivendare, so they trigger their Death Rattles twice. Now, if you are lucky enough to be able to get the Ancestral Spirit and Reincarnate combo onto something whilst Bavin Rivendare is out, it's pretty much game over, I think, depending on what it is. Obviously, if you use it on something like the Harvest Golem or the Blood Mage Thalmos, it's probably not so much going to be the case. But if you put it on anything bigger, then your opponent's going to have a really tough time of it, especially if you use it on what we're about to look at now, which is the Fugan and the Stalag combo. Let's say, for example, you've already put out one of these guys. Say, for example, you've already put out Stalag, because he's only got 4 health, he gets taken out pretty quickly. You manage to get Fugan out, and Bavin Rivendare is out. Okay? So these 2 minions are on the board. Your Ancestral Spirit, Fugan, and then you reincarnate Fugan. That will give you 2 Fugans. Actually, no, it won't. It will give you 3 Fugans and 2 Thaddeus, I think. I don't know. It can get pretty crazy. It can get pretty crazy if you manage to pull off these combos. We've got 2 Sludge Belchers, again with Death Rattle, so it combos with the Undertaker, and it's a great taunt anyway, just because when it dies, it comes back as another taunt. Ancestral Spirit on this can really buy you some time if you're in a position where you don't have board control, or you're struggling for cards or something. That can be pretty good. We have a Cairn Bloodhoof, again Death Rattle, so it combos with the Undertaker, and it also combos with your Bavin Rivendare. There has been a time where I've had 2 Cairn Bloodhoof and 2 Bane Bloodhoof on the board as a result of having this card. Also, Sylvanas Windrunner, another Death Rattle card. This plus Reincarnate is an 8 mana Mind Control. If you can get Bavin Rivendare out there, it's an 8 mana 2 Mind Control. You can Mind Control 2 minions. I have used this to great effect in the past, and it's a really strong move. And sometimes your opponent doesn't see it coming, and it can really work in your favour. And then last but not least, we have Kel'Thuzad. And at the end of each turn, summon all friendly minions that die that turn. So, if you have this on the board, it pretty much means that your opponent has to take Kel'Thuzad out before it can take out any of your other minions. Because any of your other minions die, they're going to come back to life. Now, I don't know if that means they'll come back to life with full health. I'm assuming they do. So that's a pretty strong card. So playing this on a turn where you're about to make a load of trades with some of your minions is a really good idea if you can do that. So anyway, there we go. That's the deck. It's a little unreliable in my experience, just because if you don't get the cards that you need to make the combos, it can it can get left behind a little bit. There have been games where I've had my 2 ancestral spirits and 2 reincarnates and a flame tongue totem in my hand, and that's all I've had. And you know, and you might draw into a loot hoarder or a haunted creeper or a hex, and you're like, I don't want that. I need some of my bigger minions. So card draw can be a bit of a problem with this. I have dabbled with the idea of possibly putting in a Manatide totem to get a bit more card draw out of it. This one here, but with only 3 health, it kind of makes it a bit of a target. So I don't know. As I say, when it works, it's fantastic and it's great fun. But sometimes it doesn't work at all, and you just feel like you're helpless and you can't do anything about it. But we'll give it a go, and we'll see how we get on.
Thrall versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Okay, so we're up against the Warlock, so I'm going to ditch all of this in the hope that we get something a little better. Maybe a Lightning Storm if we need it, and an Undertaker and a Loot Hoarder. Awesome. Okay, well that's good. That's a good start. And this is Death Rattle too. And we get another Undertaker. Even better.
Greetings, friend.
Bring out your dead.
Awesome. So that's a fantastic start. If we can draw into a Lightning Storm, that would be useful too.
Why do you call?
Looks like we might be up against a Zoo deck.
The light protects me.
I mean, this has got a Zoo deck written all over it right now, so a Lightning Storm would be really useful right now. But I'll take a Loot Hoarder.
Mind if I roll knee?
Oh, goody.
We got. Maybe I should have. Well, I'll put the other Undertaker out next time. Okay, he's going to trade. And is he going to trade? No, he's not. Okay. What else we got? Okay. Well, let's
Hey, give me that.
let's get rid of that. Let's see what else we get. We get a Reincarnate. Okay. And then we'll Undertaker
You're dead.
and we'll Loot Hoarder again and pass the turn. And then next turn we could probably Harvest Golem. Depends on what we draw into, obviously. He's got a Harvest Golem as well, which is kind of standard for Zoo decks. So I'm going to assume that he's running Zoo. In which case a Lightning Storm would be really, really useful right now. I could Baron Riven Dare to get 2 cards out of this guy. I'm not sure that's the best move though. I think just popping a Harvest Golem out, buffing this guy up to a 3/4, and then we'll trade, and then we'll get rid of this guy. There we go. And we got Sylvanas. Nice. Okay, that could be quite useful.
For the king.
He's going to run that into my Undertaker, I imagine. Yeah. That's right. That's fine. We can kill off that guy with the Harvest Golem, so that's okay. What else can we do? Not much. Let's get a totem out there. Okay, I'll take that. We'll keep the lightning bolt in case we need it for removal. We've got Sylvanas and we've got a Reincarnate. So turn 8, if we need to, if Sylvanas is still alive, I can put Sylvanas out next turn. If we need to, we can do that as a nice combo. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Do I want to put Sylvanas out? Not really. Not for these cards. that's cool. We'll take that. And what else can we do here? Let's lightning bolt this guy. And let's leper gnome. And goes to the face. Because then that'll heal. And it makes it a bit more difficult for him to deal with. Feel a bit more in control than I did earlier.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Keeping the Blood Mage Thalnos in hope that we pull a lightning storm to get the extra damage on it would be pretty nice. Okay. You're gonna trade your golem? You're not gonna trade your golem. Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll pop the level. And don't even need to use the Blood Mage Thalnos to get rid of these. Because these will do 2 to 3 damage and they're all at 2 or less. So we'll just lightning bolt these. We'll pull a totem and pass the turn. Okay, I don't have very much on the board at the moment.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Is he just gonna... Oh no, he's not. Okay. It's a bit weird. I would have thought he would have gone straight for the face. But he didn't. So I'll just kill it off with that. Value Golem. And for now, let's just get the Sludge Belcher out. And then we'll think about Baron Rivendare and Sylvanas. I don't really feel like I've got much of a need for Sylvanas right now. So... Wow, okay. This is an odd Warlock deck. I haven't seen... I don't see many Reckless Rocketeers get used. So that's a bit of an odd one. Okay, let's see. Nine mana. Let's put Baron Rivendare out. Let's get a totem. And a Haunted Creeper. I'll pass the turn. He might be able to kill off Baron Rivendare. I guess with like a Soulfire and trading that Shattered Sun Cleric would get rid of it.
Do I have to?
Oh, I'll have a Blood Imp though.
My shield for Argus!
Well, a minion has stealth. It cannot want.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I have no time for games.
Okay, now we Ancestral Spirit. And then we'll apologise.
That happened.
And then we'll reincarnate. And then let's see what happens. Alright, we take that one. And then we take that one.
I have no time for games. I have no time for
And we get
I have no time.
we get 3 Sylvanas. Oh my god, that is so funny. Oh, that is brilliant. Alright, let's see what you got. Oh man, that's funny.
Why do you call?
Oh, that really made me laugh far too much. Oh, good. Oh, we got a Kel'Thuzad as well. Problem is, I've got no more room I've got no more room, so when this guy pops, I won't get the 2 4/4 Nerubians because I don't have room for them. So I'm gonna have to try and have to make
Let
room.
none survive.
Let's get rid of that. Let's trade this for this guy, so then he's gone. So we've actually got some room. Let's
Let none
trade.
survive.
There we go. And I guess we just go for the face
Let
then.
none survive.
And that is the perfect combo, really. Yeah, I mean, that's so good. I mean, there's no point in me playing Kel'Thuzad, because if I pop this guy, I'm not going to get... I should get 4 1/1 Spectral Spiders. Alright, what's he going to attack? What's he going to attack? He's not even going to attack. Okay, well, I guess I'll just Lightning Storm. And, what do we want to do here? Do we just, I guess we just...
Let none survive.
And then we'll just take that off his hand. There we go, thanks very much.
Let none survive.
There we go, we'll kill him with his own minion. Oh, so good. When this deck works, it really does work. And it's so much fun when it works. The problem is it doesn't always work. It's the only downside. The card draw, if you don't get the right cards, can just screw you over big time. But, oh my, when it does work, it's so much fun. You've got to try this deck out. If you've got the cards, you really need to try this deck out, because it's so much fun. It's so good. Oh, I'm still laughing about that. Oh, that was perfect. That was so perfect. Oh, I couldn't have asked for it to have gone any better than that. Obviously, I could have put Kel'Thuzad out as well, so that anything that I killed came back to life, but I think that would have been a bit over the top. I didn't really have enough room on my board for them all. 3 Sylvanuses. It's pretty nice, pretty tasty. So there we go. That has been my Rattle Shock deck. Thank you very much for watching. Link, as always, in the description. Go and check out this deck on hearthstone.com. Go and give it a thumbs up, a plus rating. Give it some boosting so that other people can see it as well. If you do try this deck, let me know how you get on, because as I say, I've had mixed results. Sometimes it's fantastic, like you've just seen, and other times it just doesn't go anywhere. So let me know how you get on and your experiences with it. If you make any videos using this deck, feel free to link them to me on Twitter, and I'll be sure to check them out. And thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.